200 plus item declutter is the goal today. If there's one thing that I have learned in my 30s, which is too late to have learned this, to be honest, but I have learned the key to having a cleaner house that is easy to maintain is to have as little clutter as possible. Because if you think about it, what is the easiest room to clean? A completely empty one. I'm not a minimalist, so there's no completely empty rooms in my house, but I don't want to be a maximalist and make my life any harder to keep up with than it needs to be. So that is why today we are doing a maintenance declutter, and to get these maintenance declutters done and to have a goal for it, I like to set a total number of minimum items to declutter, and today that number is 200 items. Ultimately, the less there is to pick up and put away, the less I will pick up and put away. Does that make sense? The less there is to pick up and put away, the less I will pick up and put away. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's get it done. In the playroom, there is a plethora of crap in here. A piece of me even wonders how much we even need this play landing area, because my kids don't really even play with their toys much anymore. But I feel like there's enough here that we are going to do this my method style. I'm going to move this big giant beanbag thing, and we're just gonna dump all the toys in a pile, and we're just gonna go through this surgically, one by one, rather than bin by bin. And a big reason I do this is because I am the worst when it comes to starting a project and then stopping. If I go bin by bin, I'll maybe do half the bins, and then I'll be like, good enough. Whereas when I force myself to dump everything out and start a project, once I start something and I really commit to it and I get going on it, I'll finish it. But I have to fully commit in order to do that. If I half commit and go bin by bin, it's not all getting done. Quick snack break, because I found a Chewy bar in this pile here. So good. As I look at this sea of toys behind me, I know we're gonna hit our 200 goal just doing this area. At this point, my twins are 7 and little brother is 6. But a lot of these toys don't get played with anymore. They don't do imaginative play with these little figurines. So this is the first declutter of the day. That was supposed to go in the donate bin, I just missed it. The way I'm going to decide whether we keep or donate an item is ultimately, do my boys play with it? At this point, with my boys being the ages they are, they don't play with a lot of these toys. They're either playing a board game, so this is a keep item. They love this board game. They're playing with each other, whether it be tag, hide or seek, or like WWE wrestling, because I feel like they're fighting all the freaking time. They of course have their iPads or video games when I need a break. They like riding their bikes outside, going to the park. On occasion they'll read a book. I just feel like at this point, most of these toys are useless. And so we need to find a new home for them so that they can get some use, and so that their only purpose is not destroying my life because I'm just cleaning them up all the time when they're not even being played with. So we've already established we'll keep all the board games. My boys love playing board games. It was so cute. We watched the movie Jumanji, and then after that, when they saw the Jumanji game at Walmart, we had to buy it. And my youngest at the time, he was probably 5, he was legit scared playing this game. He kept thinking shit was going to come out and start destroying our house. But no, in reality, only they destroy the house and make the house look like Jumanji came through here. I gotta get these baskets closer to me. We got the donate basket and the keep basket. And some of these items, I'm just gonna stick back on the shelf since they're massive and I know we're keeping them. This magic set here was probably the worst purchase I have ever made at a Costco. It is so many little pieces. My boys don't even really understand where all the pieces go to. We're missing cards, so we don't even have full decks anymore. I feel like all of the magic tricks generally require a few pieces. They've lost half of them. So none of the magic tricks even work anymore. It's just something they pilfer through, make a mess, and then nothing comes of it. So this is going to be the first trash of the day. I can keep most of these books. Sometimes we'll have quiet time, which is never very quiet. My kids are the least quiet kids on the planet, I'm pretty sure, but they do look at books sometimes. Speaking of fighting kids, I am seeing this lotion over here. Oh, this little tub of lotion here. All right, so as I collect these books, let me tell you a story about this lotion from last night. If you've been following my channel or my Instagram or TikTok for a while, y'all know that I've been seeing a guy for a year now, and this month he finally got to meet my kids. It's been a long time coming. I have thoroughly warned him how crazy my 3 basically triplets can be, especially because my twins are ADHD and have a lot of trouble listening sometimes. They're strong-willed. That's what their doctor says. It's a nice word for they're very difficult sometimes. But anyways, last night, my boyfriend fully saw all 3 of them tantruming at the same time. We were watching Star Wars downstairs at 8:20. I gave him a 10-minute warning. Bedtime is at 8:30. We're gonna have to stop the movie. 8:30 comes, we stop the movie because it's bedtime. And all 3 of them fully start melting down, throwing a fit. After a few minutes, it got to the point where we were carrying them up the stairs. You know, my most difficult, strongest willed child is saying the I hate you mommies, like crying like a little baby, even though they're definitely well beyond baby years. They're throwing stuff, breaking stuff. It was awful. It was awful. It was embarrassing. And as a mom, like when stuff like that happens, or as a parent in general, when stuff like that happens, when your kids act up, it's just kind of sad sometimes. I felt really sad. So sad that I started crying. Like I actually started crying. You love your kids, you do so much for them, but sometimes it really gets to you when you do so much for them and sometimes it just feels like they're not thankful or appreciative for anything. And then on top of that, you know, my boyfriend only just met them less than a week ago, and now this is happening, and now I'm worried that like he's judging me, and I don't know. I'm talking about it, I'm already getting close to crying again. Anyways, I can remember when this type of stuff would happen when I was married. My ex would oftentimes just leave. Keep it together, keep it together. He would oftentimes just leave because he couldn't handle it. And I honestly liked that he would leave at the time, because the last thing I needed when the kids were freaking out back then was for him to also start freaking out. So I'm just used to when my kids get like this, like having someone who just leaves. Wow, I really did not start freaking filming this video thinking I would get emotional. You know what, in my defense, my period starts tomorrow. Anyways, all right, keep it together. Anyways, it was very refreshing because last night, you know, when it's happening and I'm mortified and I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed and I just don't know why my kids get like this sometimes. I feel like I'm a pretty calm, cool, and collected mom. I am really nice to them. I don't know why they're so mean to me sometimes. But instead of leaving, he got this tub of lotion and we were sitting outside of the boys' bedrooms because they kept wanting to run out and not listen and not go to bed. So we were having to camp out in front of their room so that they couldn't escape. And we were sitting on the floor and he got this lotion and he started giving me a foot rub. And it was very sweet. Why am I crying so much? This is a happy story, not a sad story. Anyways, he gave me a foot rub. It was really nice. It was really sweet. I could not rationalize with my boys. They were so angry about their 8:30 bedtime. And my boyfriend went in and talked to them each individually, talked them down, you know, talked some sense into them, and eventually my boys apologized and went to bed. Anyways, I thought I would share that little story since it popped into my head, since the lotion was still sitting over there where we were camped out last night. And yeah, it's just nice to have someone who's willing to help me. Yeah, it's so nice. Let me keep getting this declutter done. We got puzzles, Legos. All of these are keeps. Even though, I'll be honest, some of these puzzles are probably missing some pieces, I'll still keep them just in case. broken. Where are my magnet tiles? Am I blind? Where did the magnet tiles go? Am I going crazy? Where are the magnet tiles? My kids got this, I guess, participation award at the end of their soccer season. They literally lost every single game the entire season, and then they got the medal. What are your thoughts on participation awards? Let me know in the comments. I've mentioned this book before, but it is worth mentioning again because I feel like it's such a good book to own for any parent who has kids aged between really 5 to adult. It's even fun for adults to do this. There is an adult version, but I got the kid version, the Kids Book of Questions. But it just offers, I don't know, one of my kids freaking went through and scribbled all over it, but you can still read over the marker. But it really gives good open-ended questions that kind of engage your kid and get them to start talking, instead of having the typical, how was your day at school, and having them tell you it was bad, because I feel like that's always the answer. Or even if the answer is good, and then it ends there. It feels like they forget about their day every single day. This offers questions that are open-ended that actually get them to start talking. So what's an example? Imagine that your principal told you she wanted to make school better and would change it in any one way you suggested. What would you tell her to do? Not only do you learn about what your kid would do to change the school, but it maybe opens up just conversations about school in general. Since we ask about school all the time and they never tell us anything, this actually opens up real conversations around school. What's another random example? Whose room would you like to spend the afternoon looking through? Pretend you had permission to look at all the private possessions in there. Like, there's just so many good thought starter questions in here. I just got this on Amazon. I need to find these freaking magnet tiles. Where are they? I guess they're gone. Did I declutter them in my sleep because I was so freaking annoyed with cleaning them up all the time? Could be. Broken toys. So many broken toys. All right. Oh, I thought I was done. I have this too. There are so many just broken pieces of toys. You know, my 6-year-old just turned 6. And when it came time for, you know, birthday presents, everyone's asking, what should I get him? What should I get him? I'm like, nothing. Clearly they have way too many toys. There's so many broken ones, they don't take very good care of them. Whenever it comes to gift giving season, I'm always do some sort of activity gift. Like my older brother always gives them some sort of activity. He gave us a gift card to Cheeky Monkeys before. He took them to the Science Museum one time. My mom recently got them a family membership to one of the science museums really close to our house that also has an outdoor play area. For my family, the best gift is not a toy because my kids only use toys to make messes. So I do not buy them toys. We just go do activities. I'm been trying to redecorate, reorganize my house. I need this. Trash. My boys can actually read at this point, so they don't need these little e-readers anymore. These are also too juvenile for them. They never really play with these cars either, so I'll be donating these and then I'll put their marble run in this bin. I found another Chewy bar. Previously, I had everything split between 4 different storage units. I don't know why. They weren't even all the same storage unit, which made the space look sloppy. These are from Walmart. I prefer these ones the most because they're larger bins, but then I also had wooden ones from IKEA. But I'm just gonna put it all in this 9-cube storage bin going forward. It'll be easier to clean and maintain. When there's a mess in the room, it'll all just be over here. I feel like the mess used to spread out across this entire room, and part of the problem, now that I think about it, I don't know why I'm only thinking about it now, but it was probably because every wall had a different area with toys. So the toys were just spread out everywhere. And if I have all the toys just in this one space, I'm assuming the mess will probably be contained to this side and thus also be easier and feel less overwhelming to clean. Let's organize it on these shelves going forward. Before we do that though, before we organize it though, one of the things I hate about these cube storage things is they always break. In my house, they always break. Someone decides they want to climb it, or they pull too hard on it. I don't know. They all freaking break. And maybe it's a sign that I should grow up and not have cube storage. But you know what? Cube storage is affordable. It's easy, and especially when it's in a kid's area and it's kids stuff. I don't want to put super nice furniture in the kid areas because as we've seen before, a lot of stuff in the kids areas tend to break. So I'd rather have it be some cheap, less than $100 storage unit than some super fancy piece of furniture. Just because this is the kids area, whoopsies, doesn't mean I want everything to be broken. One of y'all over on Instagram suggested I get these stick-on brackets from Amazon, and we're gonna try these out if I can get this back up. So it seems like all you do is you stick these brackets on. Thank you, Sticky Bracket. Thank you to the girl who recommended this on Instagram. Perfect. Okay, I remember what happened to the Magnetiles now. My boys wouldn't clean them up, and so they got relegated to the scary, scary attic, and they're gonna stay here for a bit. It's gonna be so nice having all of their toys fit on this one unit. We have all of their books, their puzzles, their board games, the few toys they like left, and then these 3 sets of piece toys. With all the toys and books that we actually use confined to this space, we have so much freed up space now. I don't need these 3 storage units for toys because there's a lot in this tall basket here, plus all the trash I got rid of, plus all of this. You can't really tell. It's almost as tall as this bin. Just tons of books that we're donating. But yeah, I'm going to move all of this out of here. This is all pretty much going to be donate. However, now that I'm thinking about it, my boyfriend recently finished the playhouse for our 5 boys that we share in his backyard. We already put some of my outdoor furniture into the playhouse because I literally never use my backyard. Speaking of dumb purchases, I said the dumbest purchase I ever made at Costco earlier. The dumbest purchase I ever made for this house in terms of furniture was buying all my outdoor furniture, because in the 10 years that I've lived in this house, it was a nice, peaceful neighborhood when I first moved in here. And now there's a freaking highway right in my backyard. So the last time I've just leisurely hung out in my backyard was when my twins were probably 2 years old. I live in one of the fastest growing counties in the country, and so they've just built so much around me, and now there's a highway. My backyard smells like exhaust. It's so loud. I don't go out there because I don't want to smell car exhaust all day. So I took my outdoor furniture back there, cleaned it all up good, and now that's in the boys' playhouse. And then, since I have all this freed up space in the toy area, we can add 1, maybe 2 of these to their little playhouse to organize their things. So much room for activities. What am I gonna do with this space now? How can I make this like a big boy space? I almost feel like it's a big boy space by just giving them space to wrestle and do gymnastics. Like, look, there's really not much left. They like their little play kitchen still, their computer, all their toys and games that they actually play with are in this one unit. No more unit in there. No unit over there, just space. Leave your comments down below. How should I make this space a big boy space? I don't allow toys or kid stuff to be brought downstairs. That's one of the ways I make it easy to maintain the cleanliness on the first level. The first level is the adult area, the entertaining area. When people come over, I don't want crap everywhere. And there's obviously plenty of space for crap to be everywhere up here. It just needs to be on this shelf. But yes, if you have any ideas on how to make this very large landing area fun for boys between the ages of 6 and 11, between my boyfriend and I, that's the age range of our 5 boys. Yeah, I want this to be a fun space. I might even just leave it blank too, because as I was saying earlier, I don't really have a backyard that can be played in because of all the icky highway stench back there. So when my boys need to get out some energy and I can't take them to a park and they can't really go in our backyard, this is the area they run around in. But now that I'm done with the playroom, let's go to my junk room. Welcome to my junk room. Oh, should we pretend like this is cribs? Hi. Welcome to my crib, come on in. That was by far my favorite show on MTV, that and Pimp My Ride. This is where the magic happens, y'all. PR, product testing, stuff that I don't even know. Crap everywhere. Oh, sorry if there's an echo in here. This room has surprisingly high ceilings. And I don't feel like getting a microphone. But anyways, a lot of this stuff in here, I feel like it's in here because at one point or another, I wasn't ready to declutter it and I was too lazy to put it where it belonged. I feel like a lot of this stuff is either PR I got or products I got because I wanted to test it out and I just haven't had the time to test them out yet. And once upon a time, this was my revenge body gym. I say that facetiously, just because of that one show that Khloe Kardashian had for a little while. I used to work out in here. This has like a really thick pad under it, so I want to clear this space again so I can do workouts in here again. Just floor exercises, Pilates. I can't do it with all this crap everywhere. And this is why I confiscated the magnet tiles, because they have ended up in every possible nook and cranny of my house. This is just decor that I need to take the time to frickin' put on the door. I'm saving this box, not because I like saving boxes, but my friend Ariel wrote a book. It's called Untamed by N.J. Hendricks on Amazon. But anyways, she has asked that whenever I get a package that has this kind of stuff in it, she wants me to save it and give it to her. And I need to put this in my car and give it to her when I see her so that she can use it when she's packing up books. Probably the nicest robe. It's by Brooklinen. I've never gotten anything from Brooklinen before, but they chose the weirdest color combo. It's a pale purple and a dark green, if you can't quite tell. But not only is it a bizarre color combo, but they also sent me the men's large. It doesn't fit me, but I'm kind of tempted to buy just a plain white Brooklinen robe now because this is so soft, but I will donate this. Donate. This I love, I use it all the time. I just need to put it where it actually belongs in my cleaning room. More magnet tiles. I have this table full of stuff. Oh, I love this stuff and I will use it. Some of this stuff I don't need. Love Scrub Daddy. I don't need a Scrub Daddy hat. I'm not gonna wear a Scrub Daddy hat. This was a bunch of Scrub Daddy stuff that I actually will use and I need to go put it in my cleaning area. My boyfriend has the cutest, sweetest niece whose birthday is coming up really soon, any day now. And she is obsessed with Sephora. Every time I get PR where it's nice stuff, I just don't necessarily use it. I always give it to her. So this can all go to her. I have a lot of stuff. So like, this is for me. Focus. Why isn't it focusing? If you can see it well enough, this is my favorite sunscreen. Some of this stuff. All right, I actually have plans for them and I just lost track of the things I had plans for because it was such a mess in here. I didn't even know what was in here. All right, so we got the keep pile there. This is everything giving to my boyfriend's niece. This is just trash and that has the tinsely stuff for Ariel. Oh. And then this is everything I'm donating. Look, it's so clear in here now. I can probably move that to the upstairs kids area. But yeah, I have my workout space and my giant workout mat back again. Okay, I'm a little cold, so I'm going to wear this oversized robe that is actually so comfortable. I really am tempted to get myself one of these, just in white and in my size. I was holding up my finger there, but you couldn't see it. I have been decluttering for the last 5 hours now. So I think I'm done for the day. I'm exhausted. You know how at the beginning of the video I said, what is the easiest room to clean? An empty room? I feel like I just emptied out 2 rooms now. I need to figure out what I want to do with those spaces. Ultimately, I don't know. I feel like this house is probably larger than I need. Would I love to downsize my house? Yes. I recognize that as a single mom who has split custody, I don't need the size house that I have. However, I bought this house 10 years ago. Home prices and interest rates were way different and homes were way more affordable back then. So if I did sell this house and then downsize to a smaller house with interest rates now, it would probably cost me more than staying in this house. So I'm staying in this house, even though it's more space than I need and I can't even go outside because the highway stinks up the entire outdoors of my house. First world problems, I guess. Oh, also I was supposed to declutter 200 items in this video. I feel like I decluttered 1,000. I really need to get back on these monthly declutter days because my house has been spiraling a little bit. I need to declutter so many spaces again. This is annoying, but decluttering is a lifelong journey. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch some of my other decluttering videos, loading over the screen right now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.